All right, guys, welcome to 9.2, Solving Quadratic Equations Using the Quadratic Formula. Today you're going to learn the most popular formula in math, the quadratic formula. So, why would we ever need this? Go ahead and try to solve this guy. So you would say, okay, it's a trinomial, it equals 0. I'm going to try doing an MA table, right? So we got to find two numbers that add to -2 but multiply to 9. And it's not possible. There's no two numbers, nice integer numbers, that multiply to 9 and add to -2. So unfortunately, factoring does not work, and we need a new method. And that's where the quadratic formula comes in, okay? So it's a long formula, but I have some tricks for you guys to memorize it. So when square roots and factoring don't work, you will have to use the quadratic formula to solve the equation. Now the quadratic formula must be in standard form set equal to 0. Okay, so let's look back to this guy here. When you're using the quadratic formula, it needs to be in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, and if you notice, that's how this one is. So a would be 1 x squared plus b would be -2, and then there's the x, and then c would be the 9. Right? So let's write that down. So for our story here, a is 1, b is -2, and c is +9. All right, and here is the quadratic formula. In order to find x, it's -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Now, tomorrow in class, I'll give you guys a trick how to memorize this, but for now, we're just going to practice plugging stuff in. All right, so everybody needs a calculator today. All right, so this is the way you guys have to solve these. I know it's a long formula, but it's the only way to do it for now. Okay, so number 1, solve using the quadratic formula. So first, I want you guys to make a list of what a and b and c are, and then we're going to plug them in to the formula. Okay, so a is the leading coefficient, so 3. B is the second coefficient, 5, and c is the constant term, -8. Now make sure you guys include the sign in front of it, so make sure you get the negative sign. All right, let's plug stuff into our quadratic formula. X is going to equal -b. So if b is 5, then it's -5. Plus or minus square root b squared, so 5 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is -8. And then it's all a huge fraction over 2 times 3. Oh, sorry, because a is 3. Now, guys, good thing we've been practicing this because you know how to type this in the calculator. All right, so go ahead and do that. We've been doing this for a while now. And let's get our two answers. Okay, so first one. Let's make a big fraction bar, -5. And let's do the plus first. You're going to have to do these problems twice, once with the plus and once with the minus. Okay, so -5 plus square root b squared, so 5 squared, minus 4 times 3 times -8 all over 2 times 3. So our first answer is 1. Now, let's go back and edit it, and let's, instead of the plus sign, let's rewrite it as a subtract. And then the second answer is negative 8/3. You can leave it like that. So 1 and negative 8/3. Other thing to be careful, guys, is that a negative sign is different than a subtract sign. So if you ever get error, that's probably what you did wrong. Okay, let's try one more. Number 2. First, tell me what A, B, and C are. So for this one, A is 2, B is 1, because there's a secret 1 there, and C is negative 7. All right, let's plug it in. So the formula, x equals, it's negative b, so negative 1, plus or minus the square root b squared, so 1 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 7, all divided by 2 times a, which is 2. And then we're just going to type that in. We'll do one version with the plus, and then we'll have to edit it with the subtract to get our 2 answers. Okay, so let's do it. Big fraction bar. Negative 1 plus square root 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 7 all over 2 times 2. So first answer is 1.64. And then we'll go up and edit, and we'll make the plus into a subtract. And the second answer is negative 2.14. All right, so that is how you use the quadratic formula to solve unfactorable trinomials. All right, nice job, guys.